Oh, testing, testing. Oh, we're back? Oh, great. All right, well, I apologize for that. I don't know why that happened, but here we are. And that was really the end of the State of Terror. Thank you for the questions. But that's really where we are at right now. The league seems to be on an okay pace. There'll be some off-season adjustments to our players and our league. And there'll be a question on how we want to, or how you want to, excuse me. I have no choice in this matter. I'm here just to present options and to make things work as well as they can. And to help you work together as a team. So, stay tuned for choosing whether you would like to intensify for your territory. Rain or moons, your choice. No wrong choice. Just dangerous choices. That's why we play the game. And that is the State of Terror. Congratulations again to the Mystic Bookmarks on the Season 1 Championship. And congratulations to Sweeps and Bookmarks for getting a bunch of the arcane drawings. Sorry, Cuddle Bears. Maybe next time. And stick around for State of Dev, where the folks who make the websites and do all the technical stuff will talk about the future of the apps and those things. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And remember to try your best and work together as a team. I'm Under Commissioner Badgerman. And we'll see you next season. Take care, everyone. All right. Hey, everyone. Joey T. Badger here, creative director at Badger Hub Studio, one of the developers for Terrorball. One of the people who does a lot of the web app stuff. So if the things break, it's probably my fault. My apologies. Thank you so much for your patience as things happen. And the owner of the Unstable Internet and the VLC Wizard, I guess, progenitor. Oh, hello. Welcome to State of Dev. State of Dev. We made it. Woohoo! Congratulations on getting Season 1, everyone. All right. I am not Under Commissioner Badgerman right now. That is not me. I am Joey T. Badger. Hey, Joe. Who's Joe? Who? We're 6.0. Also in the chat here, our lead engineer at Badger Hub Studio. She is responsible for the technical stuff behind the scenes as well. So everyone say thank you, Marissa. All right. Thank you for playing Season 1 and preseason of Terrorball as we make the game as we go along. This is our passion project as we develop things and have daily lives and do this on our spare time and run this game as well. So I just want to take this opportunity just to, have like a cool end of season, just like, hey, here we are. We're just playing around, doing stuff, figuring out what is fun about this game, and just kind of update folks and connect with you all in the chat. How's that sound? And kind of talk through some of our high level priorities, kind of things that are going, and talk about just the state of the current app and where it's going and the game and its philosophy. T-Ball's going to outlast Baseball with only a couple canon seasons to name to the canon seasons to its name. So congrats in advance. Yeah, we can say how much active time of Baseball versus Terrorball, and that's kind of been our philosophy, is that we don't want to burn out. That's the biggest thing. Obviously, look at the number of players of each and the intensity and the impact. But we're actively not trying to be actively trying to be Baseball. We're trying to be our own thing. Obviously, heavily inspired. It created a genre, and we're just trying to be our own fun little game and tell our own little story. Let me know if I can contribute. That being said, I trust you can speak for me. Yeah, feel free to jump in. If you want to say anything, feel free to say it. This here just kind of wanted to provide some overviews of like, oh, why is this thing broken? And it was like, what's this app? Like, what can we expect? I think just wanted just to touch base. I know a lot of times, it's running apps are hard. I think that's communication is always a fun challenge. And as we go through those things, I just want to say thank you for, we make this game for you. We want to see you all contribute. Like, it was really fun seeing the last minute scramble to get the requisite mana for the for the challenge roll. And oh boy, you needed it. I didn't want to see Hateful Eighth Inning. Blah, blah. You needed it, so that was great. Yeah. So yeah, we do it for those story things. Yeah, so just I guess I can talk about really quickly, just like high level, like kind of like touch base on like some of the philosophy of Terrorball, and there's kind of like the higher level tech things. The way we want to run this game is that our goal is to make this like a TTRPG, a high level TTRPG. It's literally powered by the apocalypse. That's the way we kind of running it. We roll 2d6, and kind of figuring out a lot of stuff as we go along, finding what's fun, what's not fun. So your feedback is appreciated. There is a Discord channel in the Badger Hub Discord, Terrorball feedback. So things are always posting is appreciated. Again, we see stuff, we write it down. Not everything will be incorporated based on timing and creative vision and all that, bandwidth and all that stuff. But just seeing feedback, getting feedback is always appreciated. So feedback is a gift. So just, again, we all love it. So thank you so much. So that's just how we want to run things. I think with our philosophy, we want this to be a highly human game. I think with the way we approach art and development styles, like we don't, our studio is deeply committed to never use AI generated images, voiceovers, save for I mean, for our games managers, that's obviously text to speech, but that feels different than voiceover stuff. But like for true voiceover stuff or AI generated images or AI generated music, like those are things we'll never touch as a studio. Just like that, things are icky. As a disclosure, like, obviously AI assisted like coding is like, that's just like now part of stuff, but it's not something that we don't heavily rely on. It's just a part of stuff. It is like now it's part of the way things do work, but just, as a disclosure, like that is part of stuff, but not as like everything we do. But definitely anything that touches art, it's like, no, we want your contributions. We hire artists for all of our stuff. That's something that we are very intentional about, and something I love to do is be able to empower folks. Like any kind of intentionality when it comes to those things. Anything beyond just like template stuff. Yeah, nothing in the game sim uses generative AI. Like anything generative is just, we don't do. Like all templating stuff is like the limits of what we use AI for. So I just like, in this new world, like I just like to be upfront about that. but from like a vibe codey thing. Yeah, a lot of it organically, like as I was trying to get things to work, like a lot of the layout and stuff. Like this app like is all designed by me. It's fun. It's fun to do. Um, so just wanted to just kind of state that that's like a very personal thing that I, that this team believes in. Yeah. And yeah, we want to tell a story and we tell it collaboratively. So as we build things and we take feedback in, we want to incorporate that, and kind of like again like a TTRPG. That's how we do it. Yeah. So that's kind of like the overall philosophy of the game. And as things go along, things will be added, and we try not to be too ambitious. Um, yeah, and obviously, like how I approach like all of the like I have a subscription for like SVGs from the Noun project, and I make all the logos myself from those SVGs, and either smush them together or use those and choose colors and just like, because I find that fun. I find that like a very fun way to make teams and things. Yeah. Yeah, and being able to eventually, depending on how the game goes, like it's like how like we don't make Terrorball to make money. We just do it to tell stories, and as we invest in it, I want to be able to make more. I don't know, make more of an art and empower people to make art. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I just want to kind of get that off as I think about gestures broadly towards the current state of world and art and AI. It's just blah. It's not fun. It's not fun. I think about it a lot, and it makes my tummy hurt. More hats? Oh yeah, I do gotta have more hats. I have them in the store. I gotta release them. Um, yeah. Oh my god, the person who I commissioned to make the other art. Oh, I was supposed to put this on for this to be Joey and not Commissioner Badgerman. Yes, more hats, absolutely, and that's one thing I want to do is be able to release more merch. Um, yeah. So, anyways, all right, enough waxing about AI stuff. More state of dev things. Yeah, I get rambly. State of dev. Yeah. So website stuff. Continuously want to improve that. We know that we want to improve the way we do viz on things. We're doing a lot of hard things, especially with fantasy. That is, I think, our bread and butter of how we want fans to interact with the game. Is we want, especially we want like notifications. I'm just hesitant to implement notifications because it's a harder problem and just more of an expensive problem from a processing standpoint. It's basically in. So being notified of like how much fantasy points you earned, better insight into why you're earning fantasy point. Like there's reasons why, and to make that more engaging of why you would change your fantasy team, and more choices there. Like that is, I think, a lot of next big steps for the web app. Big notifications. Fantasy is just a hard thing to solve, but like I think it's a really fun thing. Like I don't want to do betting. I feel like that was my least favorite part of baseball. I want to get away from betting. I think this is like a really fun way to do it. I do want to reorg the voting part of the website. I like the idea of we definitely, of course, we're always trying new things. We're trying new things with the contributions. We're trying new things with uh the league. Like we want you to make all meaningful choices. Like we want to make decisions that get you all to work together and collaborate. Like seeing you all work together is like, okay, who has swords, who has these things, who has those things. Like as we want you to collaborate on two levels. We want you to collaborate as a team. Okay, we really wanted you to go after like certain arcane drawings for your stuff, and that was very powerful. Like, and seeing like, okay, well, we have this one's like, okay, this team has the most in this one, and us team has other ones. Oh, okay, that's communications. That's really cool. Those that kind of emergent like team working together, friggin' love that. That's what I want to see. And then league working together, I'm like, oh, here's a drawing, or here's a consequence roll thing. It's like, cool. How can we last minute try to work together to solve this problem? Awesome. And then I was like, I thought that we set it too high. I was like, oh, okay, guess we're rolling a -2. Oops. And then somehow you were able to work together last second to cobble together. You got +1. Hell yeah. And then also making meaningful choices to league. Be like, okay, do we want rain or moon? Do we want this or that? And having that either as a team or having it as a league. And like those are kind of things we've been exploring and kind of playing around with. Yes, fantasy teams are probably gonna get more interesting with player sets diversifying, and that was a big choice of like, oh, what if we just set all the stats at 0? I'm like, okay, everyone's the same, and that was a big choice with each drawings. Like, let's really start making like players really distinct, and that was a really big goal, um, and that will make things a lot more obvious, and also setting fantasy players for like failing too. Like there's you get really want it to allow folks to like you earn fantasy from like when things go bad. And I think I also kind of want to rework wildcards to make that more wild. Um, yes. Any help with accessibility, especially with feedback, be like, use that channel. Be like, hey, this is not accessible, especially with like visibility stuff. I try with the baseline to be keyboard nav and try to be accessible. And if things are not great, please let me know. And that's actually something AI is really helpful with, is being able to make that a lot easier, um, to enable um, building web apps that way faster. Again, I'm a big proponent of like it enables people who know what they're doing to do things a lot faster, and leveraging it as a tool there. But is a sometimes snack. Yeah, so those are some of the big things. I think I really enjoy the way streams are going, the way we're handling the way we're handling uh, the way we're handling updates to the extremes, the teams, the the leagues. Um, I lost my train of thought. Minor leagues will come back. You don't have to worry about those. Those will definitely come back. Um, those again, we'll see how teams come in there, and having both leagues is something that I really wanted um, to have both at the same time. Has been something since the day one of Terrorball, and it's before it even existed. It's something I wanted to have I wanted to have two different leagues playing at the same time. So that's something that was very intentional. But yeah, just wanted to check in with those. Any questions for me? Those are kind of like the current state of the dev. So like these are like some of the big facets here, and obviously accessibility. Always number one. Always always a big priority in these. So I just want to make fantasy a little bit better, especially just more insight into being able to make more choices in those leagues, just for the app itself. Oh, I'm sorry. One of the big one is we will be making I think migrating the sim. So there might be a little bit of a downtime between season 1 and season 2, just going from how we were doing it, and just switching stacks. So that's it's going to be a little bit more of a lift, but that will, I think, make it a lot more sustainable, instead of being waiting like, hey, by the way, gotta wait 30 minutes delay stream because something broke. That will hopefully fix that problem. So migrating the sim will be helpful with that. But again, making fantasy better insight. Those are kind of notifications, and will be helpful with that. And just making voting a little bit more is better viz. I kind of threw that together kind of to make things work. I really want to do another pass on that, and then making sure things are accessible. You said you wanted both leagues to play at the same time. Does that mean both in the same stream, or are you planning to change the structure of game streams? That's a great question. I have an idea of how I want that to be structured. That's to be tried out. I won't say. I guess I can talk about that goal. I think the goal is to have. I think having multiple streams. A stream is a lot, and I think right now having a week broken up into multiple streams is a lot, especially with fantasy, because that's confusing. So that's something I also want to try to fix. It's like, oh, I sent my fantasy team before this week starts, and then having two streams for a week is confusing. I would love to have one stream be 1 week. That would be amazing. So one of my ultimate goals would be, is like, great, here's a week during a stream. We have one marquee matchup for a series, and during that series, every team plays for that week. That would be my ultimate goal. I have an idea how I would present that, how we would present that, and I think that would work and it'd be cool. Of course, make sure that for that stream, you would make sure you would see every team would have their own opportunity to be like, oh, here is a bookmark stream. Oh, here is a crane stream. Here is gonna be a an apple barons. Here is a wrenches stream. Like, everyone will get like a marquee broadcast, but being able to see kind of like, oh, here's a Wednesday night you're watching MLB, and be able to see all the other games playing concurrently. It's kind of like the vision, and then you're able to be able to have both. Like, okay, cool. Well, let's have the wrenches and the bookmarks be playing, but cool, simultaneously, the apple barons and the cranes might be playing at the same time. So you'd see their score update in real time while the wrenches be the marquee game. That way, that would align with fantasy. But cool, after this game, great fantasy payout. Boom, there you go. You have the thing, and you'd be aware of any big updates. Where the Twitch stream would work, I would still want to have a Twitch stream per week. Again, this is in the future, at least one more season, probably two, depending on how the season shakes out. Again, I think just playing around with it. Again, this is all conceptual. If it doesn't work, then it wouldn't work. I think it's something special about having a live broadcast than like having it update in a browser. So I think that makes Terrorball. Yes, ESN is the backbone of Terrorball. Cool. All right. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in to end of season 1. Congratulations, you made it through one season. Thank you for State of Terror and the State of Dev. I think I like this format. And I think perhaps maybe we'll see the Under Commissioner again for season 2 if you make it. We never know. Thanks for all the support, all the yes anding on your side as well. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. Season 2 coming, probably a couple weeks again. We gotta do a little sim rework, just to get the new architecture working. But thank you again, folks, and cheers, everyone. We'll see you next time.